Okay, so tonight's homework, like last night's homework, is a little bit different. We're taking a break from science fiction and talking more about specific things that I think we need to work on in class. And I've noticed some serious issues in your essays as I'm grading them on capitalization. So I thought we should take some time to learn some of the basic components of capitalization. If you think you're capable of knowing the capitalization rules without watching tonight's homework, you'll be able to take a quiz on either noredinc.com or on Edmodo. If you pass the test, then you won't have to do tonight's homework. So direct message me on Edmodo if you'd like the code for creating an account on this website, and or we might have to take it on Edmodo. So just direct message me and I will give you the quiz. And if you pass the quiz, you won't have to do tonight's homework. But like I said, I've seriously been upset by some of the capitalization errors that I'm seeing in your essay, which to me, capitalization is such a simple thing. So we really need to focus on it. And this is just capitalization rules number 1. There are more rules, but we're focusing on just some of the basics for right now. Okay, so for proper nouns and adjectives, you should capitalize all proper nouns and all proper adjectives. What does that mean? Well, proper nouns is the name of a particular person, place, or thing or idea that's pretty famous, and proper adjectives is an adjective that's formed from that proper noun. Don't worry, I'm going to give you some examples. So a common noun might be country, president, or continent, and when it's just used in a sentence just generically, you do not capitalize it. However, if it's attached to something like President Andrew Jackson, you would then capitalize president. But Canada, Andrew Jackson, Asia, those are all examples of the common noun, but they are proper nouns and should be capitalized. A proper adjective would be an adjective that's created from those proper nouns. So Canadian or Jacksonian or Asian would be perfect examples of that. You should capitalize names of people. That's pretty basic, but sometimes I see mistakes in that. So you should also capitalize the initials or abbreviations of those names. So Samuel L. Jackson, Mary Sanchez-Gomez, Aung San Suu Kyi would also be capitalized. And you'll notice that in the example, Samuel L. Jackson, the L is capitalized. Please don't forget to do those. You should capitalize titles that are referenced within a name. So if a name of a person is capitalized in front of or abbreviations in front of those names, you should capitalize those as well. So for example, if you're using president in front of someone's name, it's attached as a title to the name and it should be capitalized. If you're using it just generically, the President of the United States, but you're not attaching Barack Obama to it, the President of the United States, president doesn't have to be capitalized. The United States does because it's a proper noun, but the only time you capitalize the president is if it's in front of the name, is a title. So President Muhammad Hosni Mubarak, Governor Michael Easley, Senator John McCain, Dr. Linda Trout, doctor should be capitalized, or Reverend Jim Zavasky should be capitalized, Reverend, right? Okay, words used as names. So you should capitalize words like mother, father, aunt, and uncle. These are hard, but you should capitalize these when they're used as names. So example, Uncle Marius, you should capitalize uncle because the person is calling him by that name. That's a title attached to the name. And in these other instances, instead of calling them by their name like Marius, you're calling them by uncle. This is hard, and we'll practice this. But when words are used as the name itself, it should be capitalized. But words like aunt, uncle, mom, and dad, and grandma are usually not capitalized if they come after a possessive pronoun, so like my, his, or our. So my aunt just called him, because you've got the pronoun in front of it, you're using it as a describer, not as an actual name. So again, another example for you. So let's go ahead and practice. So some of the words in the following sentences are capitalized and should not be, or sometimes they need to be capitalized. So you're going to write each of the words correctly in this sentence. So number 1 has been done for you. So before he was a governor and a president, Mr. Ronald Reagan was an actor. So governor does not need to be capitalized, so you write it with a lowercase. President in this instance should not be capitalized. And then obviously Mr. needs to be as a title. All right, so looking at number 2, you write down your answers. The first African-American congresswoman was Representative Shirley Chisholm. A famous poet, Dr. Maya Angelou, read a poem at President Clinton's inauguration. Again, you're writing down things that are capitalized and shouldn't be, and things that need to be capitalized. Abigail Adams was the mother of President John Quincy Adams. And then finally, President John F. Kennedy's brother is Senator Ted Kennedy. So pause the video if you need to write down all of your answers for each of these sentences. And we're going to check those out on a smartboard tomorrow. So hopefully there will be some volunteers to help out on the smartboard. You're going to write your answers up on the board. So you are finished with tonight's homework, so please remember there are more rules of capitalizing like titles and locations, but please be careful of capitalizations from here on out, and don't forget to go back to tonight's homework and write a summary and ask a question, and I will see you tomorrow. We'll turn in our whisks, and we will check, before we turn them in, we'll check 1 through 5 on your examples, or I guess 2 through 5 since 1 was done for you. I'll see you in class tomorrow regardless. All right.